Welcome back. Award-winning author and Isizulu school teacher Mzi Mngadi tells us about his book, In the Name of the Land. In the book, Mzi tells a very gripping story set in Zimbabwe in 2001, where the country is in a state of political turmoil. To help us unpack this offering, Mzi is joining us from our studios in Durban. A very good morning to you, Mzi, and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning, my lady. And good morning to your viewers at home.
What a fantastic book you've been able to put down. An incredibly gripping story as well. What would you say are some of the things that compelled you to write this book?
My lady, I was propelled by the situation that I saw or I hear about in Zimbabwe early 2000. You see, the act of grabbing land was traumatic to me because it came with bad repercussions. My view is the land issue should be addressed by the state, not by the people.
Now, a lot of people may have sort of a distorted picture of what Zimbabwe looks like from the outside in. What would you say are some of the insights that you had to sort of discover about Zimbabwe in putting together the book that you have?
Yeah, I had to research a lot about Zimbabwe. I had to read, interview people, and even go to internet. I could find out that there are gross human rights abuses in the midst of ZANU-PF.
Now, Mzi, a lot of your other work includes you writing poetry. How different was the work that you usually do to putting down a book? And would you say that the writing process is maybe different from what you usually do?
Yeah, it's different. Writing a poem and crafting a novel, those are two different things. It's east and west. It's easy to write a poem. You can sit down and then within 2 hours you write about 10 stanzas. But with a novel, it's not like that. It needs a lot of time and a lot of research too.
Now, let's talk about the book's title, In the Name of the Land, because these are some of the last words that are said in your book. Why did you go with this title? And just when we look at what is currently, some of the conversations or the narratives that are happening in the country center a lot as well about land. Do you think there are any lessons that come across in the book that we as South Africans could potentially heed?
Yes. There are lessons. The title here, I decided to use this title, In the Name of Land, because whatever happened during that period in early 2000, it happened in the name of land. People were tortured, people were killed, people were arrested, and everything nasty done to the people, it was done in the name of land. As the story is set in Zimbabwe early 2000, towards the general elections, things started go wrong when ZANU-PF rallies were all over. The epicenter of the story, or the cause of the conflict, is when President Mzi Mngadi delivered a speech in one of the rallies saying this: it is unfortunate that the land is still in the hands of the minority, the whites. After that statement, hell broke loose. These guys, the so-called war veterans, they attacked farms, grabbed farms. Some farm workers were ill-treated, tortured, and even slashed with machetes. There's a guy, the main character, Gregory Smith, who was the acting chairperson of the Commercial Farmers Union and a farmer too. he decided to write a letter to the Ministry of the Land Affairs, beseeching them to have a meeting between the ministry and the Farmers Union. In the meeting, this Lancaster House Declaration came up. They discussed a lot and even argued around it. The chairman, Mr. Sweswe, the chairman of the meeting by that time, tried to recap them about what was happening at Lancaster. He told them that the British pledged to pay millions of pounds so as to compensate the Zimbabwe state for the land used by the white farmers. Then, unfortunately, after 20 years, the British didn't honor that pledge.
Mzi, I must say,
and he added, saying that
we really don't want to give away the book to the viewers. They absolutely must get their hands on this book so that they can really get all the insights that you've been able to share with us here this morning. Thank you for joining us. Right, that's award-winning author and Isizulu school teacher Mzi Mngadi speaking to us about his latest title, In the Name of the Land. Well, that's the name of the book, a well-written book that is certainly worth the read, with a lot of lessons as well in there. All right, time for us to move on over to the White Couch. And Sims, I believe you have yet another exciting guest for us this morning.